Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Healing Circle number 63. I'm Jean Selch, also known as Jean of Divine Healing. I'm just slipping off my shoes, and welcome. I'm a multidimensional healer channel, and I also teach classes, and I have a class coming up on August 13th at the ISIS Center for Transformation in St. Albans, Vermont. And then on September 17th, I'll be at the JLJ Healing Center again in Massachusetts. And then on October 12th through November 2nd, I will be in Malmo, Sweden, and I will be teaching my Be the I Am that you were meant to be at 3. Maybe I'm still waiting to hear on the 4th Healing Center. I'll be doing some private readings and some private healing sessions. And as August fills in, I will update you. So that's pretty exciting. A lot's happening everywhere in the world. And with us each individually and with us as a unit. I mean, there's campaigning going on in places around the world, especially here in the United States. And it always makes me sad to see how a country and people can get divided over who is running for office, which is really sad because some of us know that the choices have already been made. They just let us think that we have a choice. I had a conversation recently with a young man who is from Puerto Rico, and he was telling me that, excuse me, our presidential candidates go down to Puerto Rico and they campaign and they take the money from the people who hardly have any money, and then, excuse me, the people in Puerto Rico don't even have the right to vote. So that doesn't make sense to me. I'm just going to take a little drink here because I think my throat is dry. Anyway, before I start shuffling up the cards, I just want to let you know that one of the things I make is holy water. This is the tester bottle. And you can use this for blessing your house, your car, yourself. So, I mean, I have them in mists. But for me, I use it like this, and I just place it on the top of my head. And I love what I feel, because what I feel, which everybody feels who does this, because a lot of people have purchased this and experienced it. It takes your crown chakra and opens you right up with your God self in the divine realms, which is pretty cool. And then I have Sacred Heart Mist, which is connecting to your Christ conscious self. And I just taught Be the I Am that you were meant to be on Sunday. And I was sharing these products and before my class. And one person didn't want to try the Christ conscious thing, and which is fine because I'm never about pressure. But I thought it was interesting. And she said, no, I don't want to connect with my Christ conscious self. And I said, really? That's interesting. I said, because then why are you here? And I'm not sure if she got what I meant, but what I meant was anyone who is taking my workshop, Be the I Am that you were meant to be, is somebody who is really ready to either open up more gifts or to enhance their gifts, and at the same time ready to really own that they are a divine being. And so I found that interesting. So anyway, the other mist that I have is Sacred Rose Aura Cleansing Spray. And this has the rose scent. And then I have the healing water, but you all get some at shortly after 10:30 when we charge them with once Blog Talk comes on. So we'll just stick you there. Okay, so let's get shuffling with these cards so that we can get on with this. I mean, there's a lot happening all over the world. And I always think it's interesting that it takes a national, wherever that is happening in the world, an event to happen for people to come together in unity and love. And if people would just come together in unity and love to begin with, there would be no wars. There would be no people hacking into computers. I got my Facebook hacked yesterday, and I had to go around and tell everyone not to accept it because it wasn't really coming from me. Okay. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. And I only say that prayer because I personally have no attachments to religion. I just happen to know that prayer, and since I'm doing the Mary card. So let's see. I love it. Wait till you see this card. Love. Love is the answer to all my questions. And what did I just say, right? And what am I always talking about? I'm always talking about love. You are worthy to receive love. You are worthy to feel love, healthy love. And you know, I love when all these little tests come along. I recently just got tested by someone, a man, and it's pretty interesting because he really doesn't know me, but he was very quick to judge me because I don't have a mainstream job. Because I can't prove that I have a pay stub. So what I do must be all an illusion, which is fine. I wrote him back. I said, thank you. And I said, thank you for judging me. I'm grateful. And the reason why I said that, not with sarcasm, and I meant that with love, because when we get tests like that, it is an opportunity for us to show ourselves just where we are at on the healing personal level for ourselves. Mm-hmm. Which is why I always say that a life experience lesson at any degree of the turmoil is always a gift. And that is because at the end, we have grown, hopefully, we have learned, and hopefully not make the same mistake. You know, people, like, I know that this person's buttons got pushed, and I understand that, and I respect that. And I also understand that this person, for me, is not in a place of really being receptive. And that's okay. There's no judgment. I understand it. You know, those of us who are really awakened, who really work their shadow ego, and I'm not saying all my shadow ego is healed, because I work on it every day. Plus, I will be learning until I take my last breath, and then again in the new body. But anyway, I think it's interesting. You know, and I think that there are certain forces out there that dumb down human beings through all forms of methods. And I also think that they feed on fear. So if everybody could realize that and not go into the fear mode and see the illusion for what it is, which is to manipulate us so they can feed off of us. Stay in the love. Stay in the love. Okay, we're ready for the Butterfly card. Healthcare change. Well, it actually works pretty well with the love card, because if you think about it, healthcare change, right? We're not just talking about food, alcohol, water. They're also talking about, who do you have in your life that is healthy? If you don't have healthy people in your life, then why hang out with them? And if you're trying to decide, are they healthy or not to be in your life, you can weigh this out. You can do they support you in a positive way? Do you feel uplifted when you're around them? Do you feel inspired, energized, and happy? Okay. Over here, do they make you feel drained? Do they make you feel exhausted? Do they make you want to feel like you need to go take a nap? Then that's the universe, that's your higher self telling you they are not healthy for you. Maybe the job you have is not healthy for you. I know there's lots of people out there that don't self-love enough to leave their job. And it's because they're in fear of money and a paycheck. And how will they do this? And how will they eat? And how will they pay their rent? What people need to understand is that, excuse me, the way the laws of the universe works, when we walk away from anything that is unhealthy for us, regardless of what it is, whether it's food, alcohol, drugs, people, a job, a partnership, a marriage, siblings, parents, then you need to self-love. And by self-loving, you're being healthy. So there's a lot of fears going on around the world. So let's do some drumming. And let's see if we can get rid of some of those fears in a brief meditation. You know, and the universe always works in mysterious ways. When I was packing up my car on Sunday, I happened to put my drum down outside my car while I was loading other things in. And because my drum case is in a black case and it was leaning against a tire, it blended in with the tire and I forgot that it was there. So anyway, I'm in my car, I go in reverse, I drive over my drum. I went into eeks, yikes, right? In a panic, I jumped out, opened up the case, and look, this is the only damage that was done. It never broke. But this is a personal message for me, which has been really awesome all week. So that's another lesson, right? Before we go into freak out, before we go into fear, excuse me, I've got angels tickling my nose and my face. So before you go into fear, allow yourself to know all the circumstances. You can't believe the media. Remember, television is called programming. Friend a person in that part of the world or that part of the country, and you'll find out the truth. So we've got lots of changes happening and coming up with all the planets. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your Earth Star. Let love replace fear. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your feet. Allow love to replace fear. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your root chakra, allowing all fears to release and be replaced with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your sacral, replacing fear with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your navel. Replacing fears with family through love. Let's do that one again. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your navel. Replace family fear with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your solar plexus. Release all those emotional fears and replace them with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale deep into your heart and let it expand through all 7 hearts. Releasing all fears in the heart, replacing it with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your throat chakra, releasing all fears in the throat and replacing it with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into the center of your head, releasing all fears, replacing with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into the crown chakra, releasing all fears, replacing with love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your Ba chakra. Let's release fears from all past lives, all moments, and replace it with love with each breath. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your monad, releasing any fears and replacing with love. In your next breath, breathe in divine love. Exhale divine love. You are divine love. Always remember, when any fears ever come up, I want you all present. If any fears ever come up, breathe them out and breathe in love. Breathe in the love, breathe out the fears. And remember, you are in charge of yourself. You are in charge on whether or not you go into fear or not. Oh, excuse me. You know, it's really interesting. I got the air conditioning on and it's not cooling things off. So after the show, I'm going to have to check it out. So once we get on to Blog Talk, which will take a break in a couple of minutes so that everybody can take a bathroom break, get some water if you want. And I'm going to check my air conditioner and call into Blog Talk. And we'll proceed from there. So, you know, a lot of other tools that you can use is you can write little affirmations that you can put on sticky notes around your house or on the mirror. I'm really one of those people that is constantly reminding myself in the mirror. Plus, I remind people also to look in the mirror. You know, say things like, I am beautiful. I am handsome, if you're a man. I am worthy to have that job. I don't listen to negative words. I only listen to positive words. Positive people flow in my life constantly. I am abundant. I am rich with love. I am rich with health. I am rich with wealth. I am rich with romantic love, whatever it is that you would like to help yourself remember, because people forget that the subconscious mind does 97% of the manifesting. So you want your subconscious on board to know that you're worthy and deserving. Because I recently had someone tell me that they were working with the laws of attraction. So I said, that's really cool. I said, the only thing I don't like about that theory, the book and the movie, is that they leave out the part that your subconscious needs to be on board. So I remind people of that. So anyway, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and I will be back, and we'll charge the water. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. I almost didn't make it here calling into Blog Talk fast enough. So anyway, we're talking about love, and we're talking about health, and we're talking about different tools about how we can love ourselves more and be in a healthy space. And yes, that includes exercising, but we're talking about other things also. And I love call-ins. So if somebody would like to call in, the number is 347-989-8446. And I'm Jean Selch, also known as Gina Divine Healing. So let's do that water. Anyone who wants to participate now or later in the archives, it still works. I have people that tell me that they watch my shows and later, even like older shows, and they put out their water and it still gets charged. So here we go. And it's ready. So you're welcome to take a drink, a sip. That water is individually charged for you. So if you happen to charge a gallon of water and you have other people sharing off of, like in a different glass, that's fine. But don't share your glass, okay? Because that's programmed specifically for you. So the two cards that I pulled from the Mother Mary deck is the love card. And it says, love is the answer to all of my questions. And then the butterfly card that I pulled is healthcare change. So, you know, self-love. Love is the way. You know, I was saying at the beginning of the show that it always seems to take a world country disaster for people to come together in unity. And it shouldn't take a disaster. It should just come naturally. Because when we release all our fears and have self-trust that we can attract the right job, the career, partner, friends, then it all unfolds and it all comes. And sometimes it comes as stepping stones. I have been asked to be one of the new team members for a New England ghost hunting show on TV. And for me, it's kind of interesting because, you know, no, you don't know, but I've been communicating with spirits this whole lifetime. So I asked my guides, I'm like, you know, I'm grateful for this invitation, but can you tell me why this is being offered to me? And they said, because Jean, it is a stepping stone. So, and then I said, okay, so I'm sharing this with you because lots of opportunities come up in our lives where we might go, I don't want to do that again. Or I want to, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But you know what? When those opportunities come, if it feels right, because it felt right, so I accepted immediately. It was after the fact that I said, wow, this is interesting. I'm grateful and why. It's because sometimes when those opportunities come and they feel good in your gut, in your stomach, that is a golden opportunity being presented to you, and jump on it, do it. Because even if it's something that you might look back at and say, oh, that's baby stuff, or, I don't really want to do that. Do it, because it's a stepping stone. You know, a lot of people wonder why their lives aren't moving ahead. It's because they're not loving themselves enough to let go and be guided by their higher selves. And instead, they let themselves be guided by their shadow ego. So let's balance that shadow ego. What do you think, huh? All right. So balancing the shadow ego. Left hand on the navel. Right hand back behind the head so that it's covering the right and left side of the brain. And we're going to Om 3 times. But normally when you do this on your own, you're going to Om 7. Om. Om. Let's just do it 7 times and I'll count for you. That was 2. Om. 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 Now the second step to this, put your thumbs together, pinkies together, fingers are spread out. You don't have to tip your head down. I only tipped my head down to show you where my fingers are. So let's Om 7 times again. Om. 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 So that's how you balance your shadow ego with your divine ego. For those who are new, so anyway, there's a lot of talk out there about the extraterrestrials and star beings making themselves more known to humanity. And I think that's pretty exciting. And if anything gets created to cause fear, remember, don't go into the fear mode. Because if you really think about it, they're so much higher in the technology than we are. And if they really wanted to take us out, they would. They could. So please know they're not here to take us out. They're here to help us break free from the slavery that's been happening. And one of my soul's missions, and I keep my agreement everywhere I go, is to remind people every opportunity I get presented that they are love and they are powerful. You are love. And whenever you forget, breathe in love and exhale the fear. Breathe in love, exhale the fear. Because you never know why you're living where you're living. You never know why you're working where you're working. Because you could be in a place when your higher self placed you there so that you could help shift the energy back into love and light in that workspace or in the area of where you live. So let's just see here. Ooh. So anyway, I want to let the Blog Talk listeners know that I'm teaching Reiki Level 2 in St. Albans on August 13th. You can check my Google Calendar. And then on September 17th, I will be in Massachusetts again at the JLJ Holistic Healing Center. And I'm also in the process of setting up more classes at the Pyramid Center in Rutland, Vermont. And I'm going to Sweden. That's pretty exciting. And that just unfolded, boom, 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 really fast. It was amazing. And you'll notice that when you start flowing with trust, faith, and self-love, and doing what makes you feel good and what feels right and walking away from things that do not feel right, you're going to be guided in miraculous ways. So, be open to that, okay? And I know sometimes it can get really overwhelming, especially if you're in one of those situations where there's a lot of family drama, or maybe you've created friends in your life that have a lot of drama, or the workspace. I know quite a few people that even work for the government, and they have a hard time energetically because it's exhausting for them. And it's getting harder and harder for them to participate in the programming, training, how to program people. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this show up now. And we don't have any call-ins, which would be nice, 347-989-8446. And that's okay. And maybe this is supposed to be a short show. Oh, my guides are saying yes. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for joining me even later in the archives. I want to thank you for honoring and loving yourself enough to let go of the fears, to trust yourself, and to breathe in love. I'm sure it's going to get a lot more crazy out there in the world because you have to get through the storm for it to calm and for the sun to come out again and shine. And when that day comes, we'll all be celebrating in unity and love and acceptance. So, on that note, namaste. God bless you. Aho. And thank you dearly for taking the time to join me and for you to love yourself. You can find me here again next month on the first Thursday of August. And you can check my Google Plus calendar and find out where I'm going to be. You can find me on Facebook under JEEAN Souch. You can also find me at www.geneofdivinehealing.com. I do healings in person over Skype, on the phone. I also do couples healings. And I also do, yes, exorcisms, house, land, and business clearings and blessings. So on that note, love to you and everyone. Goodbye for today.